Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about a very common condition called sciatic leg pain. It's a condition that about 40% of us will experience it in their lifetime, and it affects pain in the back of the leg with numbness and sometimes even weakness in our leg. This comes about because of a compression of what is known as sciatic nerve coming through the back, and the compression can be anywhere along its pathway. But the pain and the uncomfortable feeling and sensation that we get, not to mention if we have weakness, is pretty much uncomfortable. I know from experience, both from treating patients and from experiencing it myself, that it can be very uncomfortable and debilitating. If you're new to my channel and myself, I'm Anna Maria. I am a Pilates instructor and a physiotherapist for over 18 years. I've seen many people coming through the clinic and to my classes, and I have successfully treated them with 3 simple exercises, which I'm going to be sharing with you today. For this session, I'm going to be showing you a few exercises that might help the symptoms in your leg. Before we dig in, I'm going to tell you what type of equipment that you might want to have. Ideally, you do it in a safe space, like either on a mat or on your bed, or else on the carpet if you don't have anything else available for you. So you don't really need much equipment, but if you do Pilates and you happen to have a Pilates ring, you can use that. If you do not, you can also use a yoga belt or a normal belt, or even one of those stretchy bands that you might have around the house that if you've done exercise with it before, or even a normal belt if you don't have any of these equipment. In addition to this, you will need a pillow or a head towel or whatever you can to lie on comfortably. Now, if you're in pain and you're not able to lie completely onto the floor and it's difficult for you to get up, please lie on the bed and do the exercises on the bed. Before we dig in, don't forget to like my video and to subscribe to my channel for weekly updates of new releases. So we're going to lie onto the mat and we're going to go through 3 main exercises. Firstly, all to release the symptoms down your leg, and also to try and decrease a little bit the pain and help with the recovery of your nerve tissue. Now, when we're doing these exercises, the whole aim is to make sure we make this nerve tissue a little bit less sensitive to movement, because when we have sciatic pain and there's some inflammation or impingement going on in the leg or in the spine higher up, what we're trying to do is free up some movement to allow any inflammation going on to calm down and to stop pressing on this nerve, but to also make it less sensitive to normal movement. So what we call desensitizing it. So the first exercise is going to be starting from the top, meaning trying to release any stiffness in the back, then getting into the leg and doing the movement slowly. So one really important key feature with these exercises is that you do them really nice and slow. Take your time. Some discomfort is normal and it should not increase your symptoms. If you feel worse after doing the exercises, please stop and make sure that you seek other professional advice. But if you're happy and ready to go, and let's give these exercises a go. So what you want to do is, first of all, get anything that you have. So it's either the belt or the circle. I will show you with both. It's mostly to support the weight of your leg. So just keep them handy by your side. And then just take your time to lie down. Now, if you're in pain, ideally when you lie down, you're going to turn onto your side. Lie down onto your side. Even if you're on the bed, do the same thing, and then turn face up. Once you're facing up, what you want to do is just make sure you're in a nice comfortable position, that you don't have any pressure anywhere into your back that is causing you any further discomfort, and that you are happy to do the exercises. So the first position is your knees are bent, and then again, if you feel like this is already a little bit hard for you, plonk a couple of pillows underneath the knees and just help support them. Now, you're going to start from the top part. So this is where your pelvis lies, and I'm just going to lift my top so that you can see what I'm doing. And you want to make sure that you're doing the movement coming from your back. So what you want to do is that lower part of your spine, you want to try press it slightly down, and then you're going to let it go and let it arch slightly forwards. And these are called pelvic rocks. So number 1, we go back and then we go forwards. Again, we're thinking of flattening that back and then arching your back and we flatten and we arch. And every time you're doing that position, you're trying not to provoke the pain too much, so you can stay within that range that keeps it nice and comfortable, but at the same time every movement should feel a bit easier to do. And you want to try and do about 6 repetitions of each, nice and slow. And you want to aim by pushing backwards more than pushing forwards most of the time, but it's mainly all about gentle movement. And then once you've done that for a few times, second exercise is you're going to grab either your belt, we're going to start with the circle. So the circle, you're going to put your foot into the circle and that's going to hold supported. And you're going to aim to try and move this part of your leg first. So the last bit is your leg being straight, but the first bit is your leg being bent. So you're going to pull knee to chest and then release. Pull knee to chest and then release. And this starts to pull a little bit in the first part of where your nerve tissue starts coming out from the spine into your bottom and into the leg. So it's a really nice slow movement. And again, so this is with the circle. If you have a belt or a band, just grab the belt or band and you can either put it underneath your foot immediately, or if you cannot, just grab hold of your thigh and pull it in and release. You can also do the first bit by using your hands. If you do not have any equipment, this will work as well. So it's just starting nice and slow. You do not want to really do it fast. You want to do it nice and slow. And then once you've done that for a few repetitions, you stop, and then you're going to start by the second position, which is lengthen your knee and then release. Lengthen the knee and then release. Lengthen the knee and then release. 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to hold that knee nice and straight, and this is where your foot or your circle would come in handy, because you need the belt underneath your leg. And then what you're going to do from the knee straight, you're going to press that foot towards you and then you're going to point. So what we did was break down every kind of position or space where the nerve root can pass and feel that it might be a little bit more stuck through the leg. And this, every time you pull, you're going to feel a little bit of a pull through the back and sometimes trigger a bit your symptoms, but you don't want to do it too fast. You want to do it nice and slow. And then once you've done bit by bit by bit, if you're happy, you can stop there. If not, and you want to push it a bit more, flex your foot. You can pull that leg straight more towards you and release. Straight more towards you and release. Straight more towards you and release. 3, 2, 1. Very good. And then you fold the leg, release the belt or the circle, whatever you have as an equipment. And then the last exercise is going to be placing your hands underneath the knees. Pull the knees towards your chest and give them a big pull towards your chest. If you really want to, squeeze the legs together and lengthen the legs up to ceiling and release. Lengthen the legs up to ceiling and release. If not, you can stay with knees to chest and rock a little bit side to side to release that tension through the lower back. And again, from that position, you can fold the legs down again. And that's it. So those are your 3 exercises. You've got your pelvic rocks, and you've got your knee segment and movement as a stretch, and then your leg pulled towards you, and then knees to chest with an extension of both legs if you wish. Now, a bonus exercise tip, if you wish, you can try and do what we call the cat-cow movement. Now, when you do the cat-cow movement, it's all again about trying to get that leg and body movement to stretch the tension onto your nerve tissue, but not pushing too much into pain. So again, your cat-cow would be your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and you're pressing your chest away, you're tucking your tailbone, and even just doing this might feel already a little bit of a pull, so you can just stay there and then release. Again, you push, tuck that tailbone slightly in and release. Last one, push, tuck that tailbone slightly in and release. And again, you repeat that for about 6 repetitions, nice and slow. With any of the exercises that we've done, just make sure they are slow. They shouldn't irritate you more. Some discomfort will be there, but it shouldn't get your symptoms worse. And if they do get any worse and you're not getting any better, make sure that you seek professional help. But if you found this video useful, comment on the video below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for weekly release of new videos. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye bye.